All new here on the Night Team. It's a double murder that has haunted Elizabethtown, Kentucky for more than 20 years. Joshua West and Jason Walker were murdered in 1998. Two young men in their 20s. The two were last seen at the Walmart store there. Heather Fontaine is talking to family and police, both still looking for answers.
For all of us, it was just a shock when it happened.
It was an unforgivable act.
Deep in the woods, down a gravel road.
The car was nothing left of. It was a very hot fire.
The scene of a double murder from more than 2 decades ago.
Both victims sustained gunshot wounds prior to the fire.
If people think that it can't happen to their family, yes, it can.
Very handsome boy.
Joshua West was the younger of two. Pages of pictures remind his mother, Naomi Alexander, of the boy who liked to have fun.
I miss him every day. Yeah, I do.
At 23 years old, Joshua was a new father to his 9-month-old baby girl.
He loved her more than anything.
Now, she's the one who's 23, forced to grow up without her dad.
When they had Father's Day, and they would ask her, she would say, I don't have one.
Joshua was also a good friend to Jason Walker. He was 24 and an only child.
Jason was a good guy. Jason came from a family of educators, of businessmen, businesswomen.
Jason's uncle, Roy Walker, was there to support him after his mother died.
He and I had talked about the possibility of him going to college. We had talked about the possibility of him going into the military.
The two young men, locals to Elizabethtown, about 45 miles south of Louisville.
For us, family has always been very close.
Though these families are left with only photos now.
That's the last thing that they have, because unfortunately their lives ended in 1998.
With stacks of binders and boxes of evidence, this is a case Officer Chris Denham and every detective on the department has gone over again and again.
We still are aggressively pursuing leads.
It was after midnight, November 16th, 1998. A neighbor flagged down a police officer and told him there was a car on fire.
He did find the Volkswagen Jetta. It was fully involved with flames, and it wasn't until that fire was extinguished that the bodies of Mr. Walker and Mr. West were discovered.
The same car Jason posed with in this picture, taken only months before. The initial investigators snapped these photos of the Volkswagen shortly after the fire was out.
Combing the area looking for any evidence that pertained to this case. You can see the sun rising. They were there countless hours.
Keeping in mind the suspicious location tucked in the woods off of Nicholas Street.
Whoever's involved was very familiar with this area. It would be a fluke for this just to have been found by mistake.
This case has haunted Elizabethtown for the last 22 years.
What hurts the most is knowing that there are people home who know exactly what happened.
Family wants to know who and why.
This was just a taking of life.
I want them to pay for what they did.
Begging those with any information to speak up.
Please come forward. Imagine yourself in our place.
And detectives hoping to put away this case once and for all.
It would mean the world.
It's been more than 22 years since that Volkswagen was found on fire here in Elizabethtown. Joshua West and Jason Walker were discovered shot inside. Detectives suspect there could be multiple people involved. Family knows someone has the truth. If you have information, leave an anonymous tip. After 2 decades, it's time to give this family and this community some closure. For WHAS 11 News, I'm Heather Fontaine.